Speaking Roof Cam. Brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, and in that studio, the sheriff. And you know what? Our first comment, good morning, Sheriff. Always a great show when the sheriff's in town.
Well, good morning. It's a beautiful day in Steuben County.
It sure is.
Thank you.
We've got a lot to cover. First of all, I know you just got back from a trip to Albany, and we want to talk about that. But before that, I got to ask, because it's that time of year, how's the garden?
It's rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
They were out last week getting it ready, getting the cold weather stuff in.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can avoid any more frost.
I know that's a problem this year.
But yeah, they've already been hard at it.
Yeah. Any changes this year? Because it was so successful in years past.
Right. Strawberries. We added strawberries this year.
Okay.
So now we have, besides the regular garden, we have strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, apples, pears, and peach trees.
Wow.
So every year we try to add something new. This year was strawberries.
Oh, that's great. Well,
yeah.
And we'll ask every month now. That's my favorite question. But let's go to Albany. What was the quote that they're halfway through mid-budget? They always come up with these.
Yeah.
Kind of dumb.
All I know is they keep extending it, and one of the assembly persons told me, I can't remember how many tens. It was like almost $100,000 a day it's costing.
Great.
To continue to extend and have them there to try.
It's the 29th. The whole month is over.
Yeah.
And it's due on the 1st.
Yeah.
I was trying to see.
It's so bad.
They're making good progress on state budget policy items.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about we just pass the budget and then we debate all of the legislative items? Wouldn't that be a novel idea?
I know. Also, just since we're talking about it, I saw today, I didn't get a chance to mention before you came in, New York's electricity prices 70% above the national average.
Yes.
Wow. Isn't that a crazy statistic? But that's not why you were in Albany. What was happening in Albany?
So, with all of the talk that's going on by the governor and the legislature regarding law enforcement interaction with our federal partners, and right now the hot button topic is ICE, but we feel as a group, as an association, that can extend itself to anywheres that the ruling party in Albany doesn't like.
Right.
And, one of the biggest takeaways after 9/11 was that all of the enforcement agencies were operating in a vacuum and in silos.
Yeah.
And they were not communicating. And that was the biggest recommendation coming out of there, and that was the biggest change you saw after 9/11 was to have better communication amongst federal, state, and local partners. As the government as our state government is working on their 12-month budget, there's been a lot of talk about making it so law enforcement can't talk with certain federal partners, that law enforcement can't interact with them, can't associate with them, and all of that is bad for public safety.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the fact that every sheriff is constitutionally elected in each county.
Right.
And we feel it's a gross infringement, what they're trying to do, a gross overreach, and also just plain bad for public safety. It makes us less safe. And, I've talked before about what we do with ICE and how we've been able to work with them and keep everyone safe. In doing so, this would take that away. The coercion right now is already occurring. Because we have the contracts with ICE, the 287G contracts, suddenly now we have a visitor from the Commission of Corrections every month that comes down to see how many ICE inmates we have.
And what's that number?
That's still zero. It's been zero since 2015.
I know. That's what I don't understand.
And,
what a waste of time and money.
Well, yeah. So a guy's getting paid to come down from Albany, visit us for an hour, and go back and say, they still don't have anybody.
Can't you make a call?
Well, they already know it. We have to report every day the number of inmates that we have, the number of inmates we have that are federal, the number that are parole violators, et cetera, et cetera. So they already know it. To me, this is just another level of coercion from the state government.
Yeah. And what's the chances? Because obviously this is a hot button issue. We saw it at the protests, even at the county. Do you, to me, I hate to say it, but it seems like this is going to be the law of the land from Albany, isn't it?
Well, that's what they're pushing, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it does.
And,
I mean,
and
even when
again,
you
we
talk-
wanted to let them know that, A, we consider that to be not only an overreach, but probably an actionable
yeah,
set of circumstances. You know, just even on the First Amendment level, saying you can't talk to another
Yeah.
agency coming from anywhere but Albany would seem ridiculous.
right. I mean,
But-
that's a good way of putting it. Well, and it's interesting because you had to deal with this at the local level. What, about a month or two before she made the announcement?
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
all for nothing.
Well, yeah. And, you know, we have, in New York is unique in that we have border counties with Canada all across the northern border. They rely on federal funding, not just through 287G programs, but there's a federal funding program called Stone Garden, which says border counties and one county away from a border county are funded federally to assist in border security.
Right.
It would sound like this would also affect that. And now you're talking about millions of dollars in county budgets that
Right.
will be removed, not to mention the fact that most of what they're doing is trying to enforce smuggling, not just of people, but also of illegal goods, weapons,
Yeah.
etc. So the devastation on public safety would be on the level of bail reform.
Well, and that's what I was just going to ask. It seems like anything we can do to go against public safety, we do in Albany.
Yes.
I mean, it's historically, especially under
It
Hochul's
almost
administration.
feels like a hold your beer.
Yeah, yeah, wait.
Hold my beer, watch this.
I know.
Watch what we're going to pass now.
That's what it feels like because I know not even jokingly, but every time it's budget season, you and I talk, it's like you've got to be nervous about what, because going back to what you said, policy.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a budget like the cities and towns have to do.
Well, you know, and it's so non-reactive to reality. You look at last year; it was the absolute worst year in history for the corrections
Yeah.
in New York State that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've never ever seen in my life our correction officers go on strike before because of safety reasons. And we just had more issues in our state prisons, more attacks. What's been in the state budget to alleviate that?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Phil Palmisano's been doing a great job holding them accountable, but again, it's Albany with the one-party rule. They don't care.
Yeah. So instead of focusing on corrections and fixing that, they're the only legislation I've heard is to double down on the HALT Act and make it more severe. And again, like I say, the fact that we're getting a monthly visit from the Commission of Corrections just shows me the mindset is we will coerce you into doing whatever we want you to do, regardless of what's good
Or
for
right,
the inmates,
yes.
or in the whole issue of not being able to transfer folks to federal custody in the jails makes it inherently less safe for
Yes.
that person, for everyone involved.
Everyone. Yep.
So as you look at it, again, these are knee-jerk political reaction policy
To get the press release out.
without ever talking to the practitioners on the ground on what will this affect.
Yeah, and I mean, on a different level, it's what we're dealing with the climate policy. They just want to get these things out there so they
be
get
the first.
Be the first, get the press conference, and pat themselves on the back, and then it just can't be done. And in this case, it puts people's lives in actual danger.
It does.
So
it does.
I wonder,
Absolutely
where does
does.
that person come from when they come and visit you? How far travel
For
for that correct to see if you
from
have
Albany.
They do that once a month.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah.
I bet you it's a government car too.
And it's funny, you know, not to make too much light. Oh yeah, it's definitely a government car. It's a Tahoe. Not to make light of it, but you know me.
Yeah.
The guy that comes down is a guy that's done. So we get cycle reviews every year.
Yeah.
He's one that's been there several times before. I know him. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
So when he comes in, we're happy to see him, you know. But then I think we're wasting because
that's your.
his salary. He's a senior guy,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
He's getting good money, and he's basically on a road trip once a month.
yes,
And this time
it's
of year
not
it's not
just
too
us.
Yeah, so he's bopping
It's
all
to
around.
every county that has a contract.
Wow.
Yeah,
I guess it's not bad work. You mentioned COs. How's everything going in that?
good. Actually, we've been able to hire a few more.
Okay.
I think we have 9 openings still. We're planning an open house in June.
Okay.
To try and get folks in to show them a little bit about what the job is. The last contract, we were able to we were one of the few counties that our correction officers had 30-year retirement.
Okay.
We were able to negotiate it to a 25-year. Thank you, legislature. And they got a decent raise with that, so we're in a better position to recruit.
Because that's one of the toughest parts, right? I mean, the competition is fierce.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I rode up to Albany with the Ontario County Sheriff yesterday, and they make probably 20% higher than what ours do.
Yeah.
And he's 10 down.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah.
But it is, I think, all of the efforts we've been doing, and kudos to Major Sutton and Captain Mills for all that they've been doing out in the community and in recruiting and in trying to do things to get more correction officers in. It seems like it's starting to pay off.
Good. We got to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking. Get your questions in, and we'll be back after this. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio and that studio, the sheriff. We got a couple comments. Mark writes in, I see the federal officials are serving 22 search warrants in Minnesota due to the fraud that was there. I heard some updates on that. We'll probably talk more about that tomorrow. Comment from Steve. He says, good morning, Frank and Sheriff Allard. Steve here. Why did Governor Hochul just testify saying New York State works with the ICE agency and does everything in its power to help assist in removal of criminals? When will she be held accountable for politicians that blatantly lie to the citizens? Not only are they lying to citizens, but they're lying in front of Congress. Isn't that against the law?
I would say
in
so.
theory.
So what she's saying is that once folks that are wanted by ICE have been convicted and served their prison term, then they turn them over.
Oh, okay.
That's much, much different than what we do.
Yeah.
It's much, much different than what local law enforcement does. And again, it's just a semantics, a play on words to make it appear that they're cooperating when in fact they're not.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to what we were saying earlier about PR. She's good at spinning.
She is.
But she knows that people aren't reading into everything she said. It's just about
she knows
the
her
headlines.
base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Comment from it. You'll know this viewer. Steuben County residents are blessed to have such a thoughtful, considerate, and dedicated public servant in Sheriff Jim Allard, Mayor John Buckley.
Hey!
The mayor always watching.
Well, I can say the same thing for the residents of the city of Hornell.
Yep, they're very lucky to have
They
him.
are.
So we've got a couple things I wanted to mention. First of all, Emily's Challenge.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it all over the news. They've been everywhere.
It has. It was just in Saratoga at the State Traffic Safety Conference.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So how much travel do you think there? Because it just keeps growing every year.
It does.
So are they busy almost every week?
Yeah. And it was funny because Kim Clark, our dispatcher, who she also speaks, it's her baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Emily was her daughter. And she goes and accompanies the trailer and speaks from the heart wherever she goes and does a phenomenal job. And she started sending me, she's like, how do you want me to do the schedule? I said, you look and see what fits for you.
Yeah.
And let me know. Just let me know where you're going and when so that, we can make the travel arrangements. But we're trying to keep it local as much as we can. But the more it's out there, the more other parts of the state want to have it because it is so impactful.
It is impactful. I saw it at the fair, but I saw that they were at Watkins Glen. That got a lot of news coverage.
Yeah, no empty chair.
Yeah, and that's it's just such a wonderful. People haven't seen it. We try to promote on this program a lot, but I know you normally have it at the fair.
Yep.
You have it some places like that, and it'll be around a lot this summer. Sounds like
it's and we try to get it to almost every school district this time of year before prom.
Sure.
And but again, it reaches not just high school kids, but colleges. We've had it at a couple SUNYs.
Yeah.
We've had districts, like I say, in the neighboring counties that have asked, and we've obviously that's what we do.
Yeah.
So
did you think it would take
that.
off like this? Because I know it was a lot of work.
It was a 3-year project.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did think it because it is so impactful in anything that we can do that can reach our young people. And when you're 17, you think you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Yep.
And this kind of shows them, whoa, small, very quick decisions can make
change everything.
Yeah. And that's the purpose of the trailer, is to show that, and also to show what you leave behind when you make those poor decisions. And you know, that it doesn't just affect you, it affects your family, your community, your friend group, everyone you know, for years and years and years to come.
It sticks with you. I'll tell you that. When you see it, it's not something that goes away. I mean, it was beautifully done.
It was. And, you know, WETM, I got to give them
because
thanks.
it was a video, right?
They did the video, they edited it, they did all of that for us, and never charged us a dime. So, I mean, it was amazing. There was a lot of folks that donated a lot to it, because it really is a labor of love.
And once you hear about it, you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's how. So if anybody hasn't seen it, we'll try to promote it as much as possible.
Yeah.
I thought the Watkins, that looked like they did a really great job up there. She was telling me that, I can't remember who the race car driver was.
Ross
up there.
Chastain.
Yeah, and he was saying, you know, I can talk about going fast and putting your seatbelt on, but it's that.
Yeah.
That's what does it.
And he's been working with the governor's traffic safety probably 5-6 years. He donates a lot of time for traffic safety.
I think in general too. It seems like he's, especially around, well, not this time of
year. He seems like a really good person.
Yeah. So, okay. Also, before we take another short break, the drug take back. We were promoting it last week. It looked like it was record numbers almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 549? I think.
Yeah.
I might have the number wrong, but it was a lot.
It was a lot.
And you know, my hat's off to the opioid committee. They do such a wonderful job.
Yeah,
and this year, public health came too.
Yeah.
So it was a consortium, and you know, we have it up at the public safety building. People can pull up if they don't even have to get out of their car. The deputies will go out and get it, bring it back in, and it's worked out well. I was talking to some other sheriffs yesterday that had it, because it's everywhere the same day.
Yeah.
And it sounded like we had more than most of our neighbors.
Oh wow!
So I was glad to see it be that successful.
Well, and you've been doing this for so long. Do you think it's just people are used to it now? Is that what it is?
I think they expect it. Yeah.
Because I know it's growing every year, but I wanted to ask how that was. All right, let's take another short break. Get those questions in, those comments in, and we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hasselson studio. In that studio, we have Sheriff Jim Allard. Okay, let's see, where do we go from here? There's so many things going on. You know what's coming up right around the corner? You got a breakfast coming up.
Yes.
Because we mentioned COs earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Correction Officer Week is in May, the week of May 6th. So Captain Mills is getting our aprons back out, and we're going to do a breakfast for the whole office, but in honor of Correction Officers Week. And we'll be doing breakfast and we always invite 911 over and invite the legislators if they want to come and chit chat with the folks, and we'll be cooking from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. that morning.
Okay.
And make sure that the night shift gets some, the day shift gets some, and
but this is fun, right? I mean,
yeah,
you guys
I have a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
What goes into the menu decision? Just whatever you feel like that?
Yeah. Whatever we have the ability to cook.
The bar is right here, that is what you're saying. I wonder why is it scrambled eggs and breakfast?
It's scrambled eggs and pancakes and sausage, typically, for the breakfast,
But no, I think that's
no
great.
poached eggs, no.
No. Eggs Benedict or whatever?
No, eggs Benedict. I wanted to do biscuits and gravy, but...
Oh. Yeah. Now everybody's hungry. Okay. We also have, this every year is so amazing, and that's the upcoming memorial ceremony.
Yes.
If people haven't been to this, tell them a little about it. I know it's coming up on May 15th.
Yeah, Friday, May 15th. This will be our 11th annual police memorial service, where we honor those that fell in the line of duty, not just in our county, but also in the 6 contiguous counties. And we'll have some youth singing. Usually we have some young person singing the national anthem, and we'll have bagpipes, and the ritual team from the Legion will be there to do taps and the 21 gun salute, and we'll have some folks speak. Typically Assemblyman Sempolinski is there, the chair of the legislature, Kelly Fitzpatrick, will be there to speak. Usually Assemblyman Palmisano is there. representatives from Congressman Langworthy and Senator O'Mara will be there, and agency heads from most of the police departments in the county and from our neighboring sheriff's offices. We'll have someone there, and we just take a minute. It's at the end of Police Week. We take a minute to remember and honor not only those that made the ultimate sacrifice, but their families. Again, you know, it's the impact on the families that are here, that survive, that we have to remember also, because they're the ones that have to be reminded every day.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult for them. So we take that time to remember them and
It's
have them in our hearts.
It's. I would recommend anybody go.
Yes, it's open to the public, so anybody that wants to come, please do.
I also like when you see younger people there.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's easy to hear people talk about it, but the ultimate sacrifice, you want them to realize, and that event will make you'll take it in.
Well, and, you know, I've been doing this gig for 38 years now, and I've been to more police funerals than I care to remember.
I'm sure.
And when I start talking about those, it's difficult for me to control my emotions and stay in the moment and be the MC, because
and taps isn't fair no matter what.
No, followed up with Amazing Grace.
Yeah, that's cheating.
That's tough.
At that point.
It is,
that's a
tough.
tough one. But where did this idea come from? You said it was 11 years.
Yeah, so Sheriff Cole, my predecessor,
Yeah, of course.
again, he was a Vietnam veteran, and had worked with the state police in the contiguous counties. He was out of the Wayland Barracks primarily, but he also worked in Schuyler County, and he was the one. It was funny because when Governor Cuomo first got elected, and I think it was 2012 was the last time we had a split legislature. We had
right around there,
Democrat-controlled Assembly, Republican-controlled Senate, and then it was 2013 when it was one-party rule, and we started seeing the SAFE Act and attacks on public safety come out. It was Sheriff Cole then that said we've got to do something in this time now of people looking sideways at law enforcement.
Right.
We've got to do something to bring it back to what we really do, and the fact that they are heroes that are here and will give their life if necessary to protect their community.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I mean, that's why I say I like to see young people come, but just in general, it normally gets very good crowds. So we'll make sure to promote as it nears. But mark your calendar, May 15th. So what else we got going? Oh, hey, how's things behind the scenes? Because there was a shake up there a couple months ago.
Shake up?
The under sheriff, the then under sheriff. Am I telling you something you don't know?
No one told me about this.
But no, I know that obviously there's a learning curve. How's that? How's it going?
It's going really, really well. Honestly, I was talking with Brian Logsdon on my way down here today, the new under sheriff, and just getting caught up because I wasn't in the office yesterday, and he has fit in amazingly well. And Lieutenant Sorge has fit in very well. It's been almost seamless.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't want to jinx myself
Yeah.
because I'm sure we'll miss some things.
Sure.
I mean, Under Sheriff McNellis took care of so much. And I'm sure there's going to be some things that slip through the cracks. But right now, it feels like all of the training is paying off.
Yeah. Does he like the new job?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
He probably misses it a little
settled.
bit, though.
Well, it's just so different, because now you're the guy.
Yeah.
And the jail folks are coming over wanting an opinion, and the road folks come in and want an opinion, and he's got to be the guy now. And I used to tell Under Sheriff McNellis, your job is to slow things down.
Yeah.
Once you're in administration, you don't have to make that immediate decision. Now it's time to slow things down, gather all the information, and make that measured, long-lasting decision that's not going to come back and bite you.
Right.
And so that's always a big challenge when you go from a first or second line supervisor position to a management position.
Sure.
Because now you can't make that knee-jerk reaction. You've got to stop and make a measured decision
Right.
based on all the information. So he's doing very, very well.
Oh, good. We got to take another short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, Sheriff Jim Allard. You know, we talked quickly, a couple little side comments about the county. So we should ask, anything new on the county?
Nothing new.
Nothing? It's
No.
May something.
May, yeah. Yeah, the appeal will be in May, and then we'll move on from there.
It's been a long time. A long time coming. I had to know, but like, I ask you, and I know nothing happened because
Right.
we would have heard about it by now. But I know people want to get the updates.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Mark writes in, the fact that someone commits a crime and is let go and to do it again is a Hochul money grab. Now we can charge them with multiple crimes and the dollars go up because they can't commit multiple crimes if they're in jail. Well, maybe. I don't think there's any reasoning behind the bail reform. Nothing reasonable.
No, and again, it's all about appealing to a specific base to get elected, and that's what the governor's very good at.
But does that work? Because, I mean, look how good Lee Zeldin did.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. It seems like she would distance herself from the public safety, the failure in public safety. But she
Right.
really...
Well, they've done a good job of
hiding it.
of no one mentions the HALT Act or the prison strike.
Yeah. Yeah, where did that go, right?
Yeah, it's like it never happened.
Yeah. That's why
I
it's
think
so
they must have ServPro come in and
exactly
clean that
right.
up for them.
Well, that's what I like. And people don't even realize it comes up all the time. There's still National Guards in.
Yeah.
That's not their job.
There's still National Guard. The number of assaults on inmates is still high.
Yes.
Higher.
Yeah.
Number of assaults on the correction officers is still higher.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
the
a
media doesn't
non-starter. Yeah. Well, look at it. When the strike was going on, no national media touched it,
No.
and I know that it was forwarded to them.
Oh yeah. Well, because it should have been a national story.
Yes.
It
But
would have been. Yeah.
It was not.
No. I just wonder, just not getting on this necessarily, but Bruce Blakeman, he did a great job talking to corrections officers in Elmira.
Yep.
Came down to Corning. That was more about energy policy.
Yep.
But he's trying, but it's just so tough in the state.
It is, and he's got I was talking with Todd Hood yesterday, and
He's a big dude.
he is, and he's such a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy.
He was so nice. He was like, I didn't know he was here. So I'm
Yeah.
interviewing Blakeman. How I missed him, but
Yeah. Well, he usually stands off to the
he
side.
did, and he was
Yeah.
right there, and he goes, "Oh, great job! I love." I'm like, "I would have had you on too." Like,
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a good pick.
It was a very good pick, and he said that as summer goes on, we're going to see a lot more of the two of them, and a lot more advertising for Blakeman. I said that's good because, if we don't get that, we're not going to get the vote out.
Yeah. And that's
And
kind of what we're
that's the
dealing
key.
with right now. That's why I was so happy that Blakeman could be on my show because I told people if you can see him like I did at the corrections officer rally, if you're going to love him.
Yeah.
But can you see him? And that's
Right.
why I had
There's
the long
got to be that
form,
connection.
And that's what 20 minutes they gave me. But you have to do. That's the kind of stuff that he has to do, and he does a really good job at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's always a tough road to hoe, but we've got to.
It is.
But we got to have faith.
Well, and shame on us if we don't do the work up here to get it done.
Exactly. Yep. It's not just about going on election day. Get out
No.
there and get signs. He's already said he's going to have signs. There's going to be more rallies. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, give your neighbor a ride.
Right. I'm going to a rally Sunday over in Madison County just so that I can hear him speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're really like him. I mean, he's spot on with everything he says. It's just the megaphone.
Right.
And that's the problem. Hochul has it. And
Well, yeah.
the Republicans
every
don't.
day.
Yeah. And she's got a war chest. My goodness. She's got a lot of money.
I had to laugh. We had our press conference scheduled at 10:30 in the Capitol building yesterday morning, and magically the governor called a press conference in Colony at the same time.
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious.
Oh, okay.
Not,
She's good at stuff like that.
she is. So we rescheduled at 12:30 instead of 10:30 to get, because there would have been no press there.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Governor Holcomb. All right, a couple other things before we get ready to go. How's the wellness camp coming?
It's going really well. Tremendous amount of interest on it. We've had some more large donors that have committed. We're doing our first class in June at we're going to do it at Cuca College because the center isn't built yet.
Right.
But we're still going to go ahead and start training.
That's great.
So that's going to be in June. Then we've got a retreat scheduled up there in September after the camp is done, and it's getting momentum. And I had a lot of folks after I was on last time say, "Hey, I haven't got a letter."
Right.
If you go to the Sheriff's Institute website, it's right there.
It's right there.
Yep, you can click on it and you can do you make your donation right through that.
Yeah.
You can do it through PayPal, Venmo, or credit card, whatever you want to do. But yeah, just go right to New York State Sheriff's Institute website, and there's a donation page.
Well, everybody that hears about it, I know, wants to get involved.
Yeah.
So they've kind of just been waiting for the go-ahead,
the
I think.
go-ahead, yeah.
Have you noticed, or is it too early, that there has been a lot of small dollar donations? Or
There has been, and I met with the Snyder Foundation 2 weeks ago, and that foundation was founded in memory of Sergeant Devin Snyder that was killed in Afghanistan, and they're interested in being part of it.
Oh, that's great.
So I directed them where to go and explained what we were trying to accomplish. But what was it, 2 months ago, we had 2 more suicides within 2 weeks of each other.
That's horrible.
One in the city of Ithaca and one in the county of Tioga, and it's just they're all avoidable, every one of them.
Right. Well, that's why I know we brought it up in the past, but it's hard to believe no one ever thought of this. You know.
Well, it was a different time. I mean, when I started my career, you suck it up, Buttercup, and rub a little dirt on it, and then go have a pop after your shift, and you'll be fine.
Right.
And we realize now that doesn't work, especially not with today's generation.
No. And just the horrible things. I mean, we were finally learning really about PTSD and things like that. I mean, this is all relatively new.
It is, and again, we've talked about this, but the thing that hits me the most is the life expectancy.
Yeah.
The average law enforcement police officer life expectancy now is down to 58.
Wow.
Yeah, and the average time in retirement is 3 to 5 years. So that tells me that the accumulated stress through a career is so damaging to the body. And we just former Chief Felici just passed here 2 weeks ago, and I was out of town when they had his service, but I heard it was very nice, a nice mass for him. We sent people to it, but he was an anomaly. He was into his 80s.
Yeah.
But I worked with so many people. Mike Schwartz, who was one of my best friends at Corning, a year after he retired, he had a heart attack. 2 years after, his second fatal heart attack.
Oh, my gosh.
Billy Espin, sheriff of Schuyler County, was retired a year and died here last November, right here in Corning.
Right.
Ron Spike, who was sheriff in Yates County, a year after he retired, had a triple bypass. So I see you can't deny the evidence. It's all around us.
No. And the wellness camp, you said it's going to open in September? That's the goal?
The first retreat's going to be in September. Once we hit our goal for raising enough money for brick and mortar,
right.
The company that's building it said within 6 weeks they'll be digging.
Oh, my goodness.
So once we hit that goal, boom.
What's the class at Cuca?
So that is an FBI Officer Resiliency Train the Trainer.
Okay.
So that's training resiliency officers to go back to their agency and be able to train others.
Okay.
And it's also suicide in first responder arenas and the science of addiction.
Okay. Where do you get the ideas for the classes, or are these people that come to you and say they want to be a part of it?
So we have several partners. Again, part of this was getting everybody in the state to kind of start working together towards the same direction. So we've been having meetings for 2 years with the Mental Health Association of New York State, with Department of Homeland Security New York State, and with FASNY, the Fire Association, with Bureau VMS, the Chiefs of Police Association, our institute, and we've been working collaboratively as a group along with DCJS to let's set some standards for peer support.
Yeah.
Let's set some standards for training that meets the needs. Let's say what is acceptable and what's not.
Right.
And we've been working forward. I was just on committee for DCGS to set the standards for peer support training. And this impetus now, it feels like we've hit the tipping point where everybody's in.
Yeah.
And it's just rolling and gaining steam and gaining momentum. And so everybody, the retreat we're doing is New York State Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
Their wellness guy is like, can we do a retreat at your camp? Oh. You bet you can.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, when you knew it was going to be a success, it's just a matter of time and money, right?
Right.
And
As
that's
is everything.
pretty good. I know, but that's a pretty good turnaround, because when did the conversation start on this? Not that long ago.
No, it's been within the last 3 years.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. All right, we're going to take our last break, so get your last second questions or comments in, and we'll be right back. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting from the Hesselson studio, and that studio Sheriff Jim Allard. We got a couple of last minute things before we wrap up today's edition. Boater safety. How are the classes going?
Good. We've scaled back to every other month now.
Okay.
Right now we have, I think it's this coming week. Next week is the Marine Law Enforcement 1 week training that Parks and Recreation puts on for new deputies that'll be on the boat. Okay. And so we're sending 2 new part-timers to that next week.
Okay.
And we'll be ready. The polar plunge was last week at the Swits.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
It was on Saturday in the rain.
Oh.
So I heard it wasn't very well attended.
Yeah.
It was 40 degrees and rainy.
Yeah.
Burr.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So that we had the boat in the water for that, and we always have somebody there for safety. And but it was unlike years past. There were no fights and nobody fell off the dock or
like you
anything
said,
like
it was
that.
40 and no one was out.
Yeah, that's tough.
But if you still have people come up to you and act as if they're unaware of the boater safety?
No.
Now
no.
At this point, it's finally settled?
No, and I'll tell you too, for the last 3 years, I've been pushing that at both the Keuka Lake Association and the Lamoco Juanita Lake Association, saying you got to get it done, you got to get it done, you got to get it done. So also, I think folks have been doing that.
Yeah, I think so. I just think there was that initial shock, and it wasn't well publicized when it first came out.
Well, I mean, I get the decision to do it. I don't think it's a bad idea, but for folks that have been driving boats for 60 years, it seemed tough to. But I did learn something new when I did it.
Okay.
So it wasn't a waste of time.
It was all worth it.
Yeah.
We also have, it's hard to believe because it's still cold out, the golf tournament coming up.
Yeah.
So we were talking yesterday, 11th year or 10th year?
This will be the 10th year for the golf tournament.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything people need to know this year if they want to be participant?
Yeah, get a hold of Terry.
Yeah.
And anybody can have a team as long as you have one either active or retired law enforcement member on it. That's the only requirement.
And last year's, the weather was perfect.
A
beautiful course.
It was up to Twin Hickory up in Hornell. That's where it's going to be again today.
Okay.
Or this year. Not today, but this year. And Corning Catering does does the meal every year and does a phenomenal job.
Way too much food.
And way too good.
Yeah.
It's always a good time, and we'll be there. And I think this year we're probably going to give a few awards out since it's the 10th.
Oh yeah, makes
to
sense.
Folks that have been there for us for the entire time.
It reminds me, that golf course reminds me of Pinnacle. You know how the
Yes.
view, and I miss that. That was my favorite course, but that's so beautiful up there because you could just take it all in.
Yeah,
you know?
it is a gorgeous view, and it's a decent course, and I think everybody really enjoyed it there.
Comment from a viewer. What you said I was going to throw something out of left field. Well, no, it's fine. What's the fine if you don't have a boat safety certificate? Just curious.
It's similar to a traffic ticket. It's a graduating fine. I can't remember. I think the first one's not bad. It's like $50 or $60, but then second or third time it's up into the multi-hundreds.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. And they don't have to go and see you. There's stuff online too.
Yes, they can do it online if you go to the New York State Parks and Recreation and Historic District website, or historic something website. That's where my son did it online.
Okay.
He
so
went
right
there
from your home.
Yeah.
And finally, before we go, you got an upcoming open house.
Yeah. It's going to be mid-June. We're going to do an open house. The date's not quite set yet. We're going to do an open house at the Public Safety Building as a means of recognizing the good works that our folks do, but also to help with the continued recruitment for correction officers.
That was a great idea anyway, because I know like when we had the new legislators come in and you had it's kind of like what we talk about with it's kind of like what we talk about with corrections officers in general. I don't want to see what's going on behind the right, and that's the problem, that a lot of people don't know what's going on, and they're not hearing about the HALT Act and things like that. So it's nice to actually have an open house and talk to these people.
Right. Yeah.
And that, like you said, it should encourage more people to become SEALs, because it is a good job.
Yes, it is a very good job. It's a good paying job, and the retirement is right now. It's a place. It was funny because a friend of mine's son we hired, or a friend of mine's son-in-law we hired as a correction officer, and I thought that he wanted to be on the patrol side.
Yeah.
And I saw him the other day, and I said, "Hey, you're all signed up for that May test, right?" And he goes, "No, I didn't sign up for it." I go, "Really?" I said, "Can you tell me why?" And he said, "I really like doing what I'm doing in the jail, and
That's great.
He goes, "I like the team I'm with. I like doing it here," because he's had other offers to go other places.
Sure.
He goes, "I like what I'm doing, and I like where I'm doing it."
That's great.
And I thought, that's about the best recommendation I can get.
Make sure he's at the open house.
Yeah.
Or at the job fairs, or
and it's good to hear. And I hear that, from a lot of our folks, the changes that we've made in the jail, especially with the training and equipment, have made all the difference for them.
Yeah, that's great. So if people, I don't think we've done this in a long time, but if people do want to become a corrections officer, they don't have to wait for the open house. What should they do? Just contact you?
They can contact us, or they can contact Steuben County personnel. It's an open and ongoing recruitment.
Yeah.
The state changed the rules used to be you had to wait for a test, and now it's open, and it's an open enrollment basically, where they bring in these folks and evaluate their application to see if they meet the minimum standards, and if so, there's no test anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
They can just certify a list. So it's an open and continuing enrollment for correction officers at Steuben County. All they got to do is contact the personnel office and sign up.
All right. Well, that does it for today's edition. I think we covered everything. What do you think?
I think so. It's
a lot to cover.
It's always a joy to be here.
Well, thanks for coming on. And, good luck with the upcoming breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Better be ready.
Well, that'll be fun. They were one quick last thing. They pick on me because Captain Mills and I wear aprons when we're cooking, and I'm a disaster
like
on
a
the
sitcom
front, and he's clean, right? So they're like, "Why is he always clean?" I said, "Well, it's because my belly sticks out farther than his does, so I'm getting batter and eggs and everything else on me." Yeah.
On that note, all right, join us every weekday morning starting at 6 for Frankly Speaking, only on WYDC TV. Big Fox, we'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early. Look forward to it already.